Boxing King Media. We're joined today by Liam Williams. I was nearly going to say from Sheffield, but you're down in London now. So how's life settling down in the capital?
Yeah, mate, it's a great place. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the new gym. Obviously, training with Adam Booth now. Everything's going really well, mate, and I'm just counting down the days now, really, until the fight comes, because it's obviously been pushed back and whatnot a few times. Yeah, so it's exciting, mate. It's exciting, and I'm loving the new gym and the new surroundings.
Is that somebody trying to flush the toilet? It sounds like so.
No, it's actually the washing machine draining.
Oh, I got you. Close.
So, I'm in camp. I have to do my own washing and all that kind of shit. So it's not really the best, but it is what it is.
So I just want the fans to know, the ones that don't know, you've always got two young kids, 5 and 8 months. Obviously, you were training in Sheffield before, and now you're traveling all the way down to London. What kind of stress does that bring to you? And obviously, you got your missus looking after the kids, and you're miles away. What kind of mental pressure does that bring to you as a fighter, especially ahead of a big fight?
Yes, it's not too bad, if I'm being honest with you, because being from a selfish point of view, it's the best thing for me, because although I miss my missus and kids and family, whatnot, although I miss them, this is the right thing for me, because I'm training. I wake up in the morning, I have my breakfast, I train, come back, sleep, eat, train, sleep. That's about it, really. And as you can imagine, when I'm back home, there are a lot more distractions. Even I can still dedicate myself. I can eat well. I can still train. I'll never miss training. But it's just like the rest and that in between is the biggest thing for me, because when you got kids and that in the house, it's like, what do you do? You can't really relax. It's difficult.
Understandable. So obviously you left Sheffield. I don't know if it's a longer journey for you to London or not, but how did that change come about? Obviously you left Dom. You seemed like you had quite a good relationship from the outside. What went wrong from your point of view?
Yes, obviously now coming here to London rather than Sheffield, it's a shorter journey. It's like probably best part of an hour shorter. So that's nice. Obviously it helps, but the travel wasn't a problem. It was just I become very stale in the gym and the things I was doing and the training methods. I just found myself becoming very stale, and I weren't enjoying it anymore. And you can ask any boxer, if you're not enjoying it, then it makes the job 10 times harder. And I was waking up every morning thinking, shit, not another day this, do you know what I mean? So I made the right choice. If I'm being honest, I probably should have done it a bit sooner. But yeah, here we are, no regrets. We are where we are, and I think I'm in the right place for me.
And obviously, when you made the decision to leave it, have you and Dom left on good terms? Did you speak about it, or have you just?
Yeah, we did. We had it was quite brief, to be honest with you. I just told him how I was feeling and where I was at. He said, he was on the same page as me. He said, at the end of the day, you have to be selfish. This is one of them sports where, you've always got to look out for number one, and that's the main thing. You need to be happy, and that's that. So, I obviously just thanked him for everything. We did have a decent relationship, and I liked Dom. He's a good fella. So, no hard feelings. It's just a case of me doing what's best for myself, and not worrying about what other people are going to feel like or going to think.
Fair point. And obviously, at that point, you've got a big fight coming up. I can imagine coaches lining up, to want to be part of your team. Why did you choose Adam Booth?
I just think Adam Booth, I've always thought Adam's a great trainer. I was actually going to link up with, you know, to do a couple of sessions and whatnot with Adam in the past before I went to the Ingle Gym. I just happened to go to the Ingle Gym beforehand, and I just enjoyed it. You know, I felt very comfortable around the lads and with Dom, so I just thought, well, I'll stay here. I'm happy, you know. I'm going to move forward here. So it never really got to the point where I come and train with Adam, but you know, everything happens for a reason. I think what that reason is, I don't know, but here we are. I'm with Adam now, and he's a fantastic trainer. I think he's unbelievable.
And I've got to ask you, there's a famous name in the Booth gym, and that's Harlem Eubank. You're obviously fighting his cousin. Did that play into your mind, or did you not think of that at the time?
No, mate, I didn't really think of it at the time, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. He keeps us apart from each other in terms of training and sparring. He's not watching me and what I'm doing, and the same goes really. Not that it matters if I watch him, but yeah, it is what it is. You know, obviously Adam knows the crack. I actually like Harlem. You know, he's a nice boy, and we've had a couple of chats and that, and he's the type of guy I could get along with. He seems nice enough.
No awkward situations then?
No, definitely not, mate. No.
Sweet. And obviously you've changed camps, and looking at Chris Eubank's Instagram, it looks like he's changed trainers as well. There's no sign of Roy Jones Jr. I believe he's training in Dubai with Anthony Wilson. Do you know much about Anthony Wilson, or what do you think?
I don't know anything about him. I don't really care who he is, to be honest with you. You know, no disrespect to the guy, but it doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, I'm fighting Chris. Whoever he chooses to have in his corner and training him, then that's his call. It is what it is. Good luck to him, because I imagine Chris is pretty hard to coach anyway. So good luck to him. He'll probably get sick of him soon.
And you know, in the past, before this fight was getting made, like we're talking 2-3 years ago, you guys always, you know, spoke to each other on Instagram, Twitter, you know, had a bit of back and forward. But now I've seen some of your recent interviews. It seems like there's a lot more respect from your point. Is it come to the point where you both know you're both good fighters, and you know this on paper is a 50-50 fight?
Listen, I've always known Chris is a good fighter. I have, and as a fighter, I rate him. I just don't like him. I just personally, on a personal level, I'm not a fan of him. I wouldn't want to be his friend. I wouldn't want to speak to him. I'm not interested. But I've never said that he's not a good fighter. You know, I've always said that he's got a good engine. He's very gutsy, seems a mentally strong character. I've never taken that away from him. But at the end of the day, my job's done. I've done all my shit talking. I've got the fight I wanted. Here we are. Why do I need to do any more? There's no reason to me for me to waste my energy on the guy. I've got my fight. The date is set, and all I need to focus on is training. And
I don't know if you've seen the odds that the bookmakers have done. Do you agree with them? I think they've got you down as 2 to 1.
So what does that make?
So if you put a tenner on you, I think you win £30 back.
Right. Okay. So I'm underdog then. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. I don't take any notice of that, mate. All that that means is, it probably just means that myself, and watch what I'm saying, but it probably just means that myself and a lot of my friends and family will win extra money. So fantastic.
And come fight night, you know, when you read the forums, most boxing fans are predicting this to be a bit of a cagey start, and at some point there's going to be a firefight, and you're both going to trade. Who's going to be that trade-off? Who does that favour when you're both trading blow to blow?
Yeah, I obviously think he's going to come off second best. I'm the bigger puncher in the fight, and I just think I got a better boxing brain to go along with this. So I think when it comes into a trade-off, it's not going to be easy, because he's fit, he's strong, but I think I'm going to come off second best. First, he's going to come off. Sorry, I dropped myself into there. Yes, it's one of them, mate. I think, you know, the people are predicting probably the right type of fight. I think it could be KG for a couple of rounds, but when it does catch fire, I think all hell is going to break loose and it's going to go fucking crazy.
And with regards to experience that you both got, obviously he's been with George Groves, James DeGale, he was in the World Boxing Series. Do you think that that's going to favour him? Obviously you've been with Andrade and a lot of, you know, good domestic guys, obviously Liam Smith twice. Would you think the experience favours in this fight?
You would have to say that he's got a slightly more experience, and he's been in with the bigger names. Then let's say, obviously had a couple of big fights now, but he's fought Groves, DeGale, Chudinov. That's about the only three actually. Groves, but yeah, you'd probably have to say he's fought the more well-known name then. But DeGale was finished well over the yellow, and he was well on his way out. And he obviously got beat by George. And obviously George had a bad injury in that fight as well towards the back end. Yeah, so, you know, he hasn't really had any better wins than me, I wouldn't say. He's only beat people who he was meant to be. Yeah, it is what it is, mate. He's probably slightly more experienced in terms of fights and whatnot. So it is what it is. We'll find out, mate, in 3 weeks' time.
And just wrapping up, Liam, with regards to titles, I've not seen anything advertised. Is there a title on the line for this, or are you both just fighting for a ranking?
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of talk of a certain title being put on the line. What the crack is with that now, I'm not too sure. Doesn't really matter because you know, the main thing to come out of this fight is one of us should realistically fight for a world title. So yeah, ideally I want to beat Chris and move on and maybe fight the winner of Golovkin Murata.
If that happens.
And unless it's for a world title fight, to be honest with you, I'm not really asked about any title at all, because all that means is I have to pay extra sanctioning fees. You're right, I'll keep my money, thanks.
A lot of fighters are saying that these days. So last question, Liam, it's what, 3-4 weeks away now? You both behaved at the initial press conference and, you know, at the face-off. Is that going to continue in fight week, or do you think whilst you guys are making weight, something's going to go?
I don't know, mate. It kind of depends on him, to be honest with you, because you know, I'm good on my weight. I'm not feeling angry. I've been working on in the gym, trying to keep a bit more of a cool head, and you know, not get so fired up and all that kind of stuff. So I'm quite calm, mate. It's just we'll see. You know, tensions do get a little bit high fight week and that. So but I'm quite chill right now. My weight is good, and I'm happy in my surroundings. So there's nothing really bothering me, you know.
I lied. One last question. A couple of weeks after your fight, Amir Khan, Kell Brook, I know you've spent a lot of time with Kell, but can you give the fans an unbiased view of how you think that fight's going to play out?
It's a difficult one, mate. I'd like to see Kell go and knock him out. Obviously, I don't mind Khan, if I'm being honest, but Kell's obviously a friend, so obviously got to stick with that. It just depends, mate. It depends how they both turn up. I hope that Kell would make the weight okay and be able to refuel okay on that. And it just depends whether he's got enough to really pull the trigger and pin Khan and give it to him, you know. Because Khan's obviously, I imagine he's going to make the weight easier than Kell will. He's going to be a little bit more fresh during camp and stuff. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm very torn because Khan's got very fast hands also, I just think he could come, get on the move, and just use them fast, straight shots and, you know, keep Kell away. It just depends whether if and when he gets hit with that shot, how he takes it.
Sweet. Anything else you want to add, Liam? Thank you for that.
No, mate, just want to say thanks to everybody supporting me. It's always appreciated. I always get fantastic support. And you're in for a very exciting night on the 5th of February in Cardiff. Let's go.